What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over talking about the newest Skylines players coming to NBA 2K25 MyTEAM tomorrow. Headlined by Invincible Shaq LaMelo, Invincible LaMelo Ball, as well as 3 100 overalls, which we'll get to here in a second. And we do see at least Dark Matter Brandon Miller coming. That is the only Dark Matter or below that is leaked, which I'm obviously not the biggest fan of, but that is what's to note. Now, I want to start this video by talking about the 100 overalls that are coming tomorrow and why I got a problem with it. Because, as we know, we're at least getting, if you have the Pro Pass, 100 overall for free this season. And so, the reason I have a problem with the 100 overalls that we're getting is because, like, DeRozan is not going to be good. Ray Allen is not going to be good. Rashard Lewis, simply put, is not going to be good. And so when you're looking at those types of things, it's really tough for me to, I don't know, be optimistic about this. Because, again, 100 overalls on this game were something that was supposed to be super, super, super good. And now it's honestly like we're getting 100 overalls just to troll as like a filler in the 100 plus overall packs that we are going to be grinding for. So, again, I might touch more on that in a separate video at some stage. But all the 100 overalls we're getting are trolled. Like, unless they really, soup all of those cards and change their release and SIGs and all those types of things, it's gonna be rough. I'm just being honest. It's going to be really, really, really rough. Now, for Brandon Miller, the Dark Matter Brandon Miller, I actually expect Brandon Miller to be pretty solid. I don't expect him to be super expensive. I do think the card is going to be solid. Why? Because if you look at the Pink Diamond Brandon Miller, he's 6'7". His release is fine. I think his leaner is fine. He came with the D-Book dribble style. He's going to be a 6'7", shooting guard in this game that's going to be just fine. Not necessarily like the best in the game, but he is absolutely going to be able to play at least at a decent level, right? Not going to be bad whatsoever. And again, we'll see other Dark Matters. We'll see some other Galaxy Opals as well. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes. LaMelo Ball, Shaquille O'Neal as far as Invincibles. Because honestly, again, we don't see anything for 100 overalls. They're not great. Dark Matter B-Mill looks good, but we don't see any like the budget-ish cards. We don't even see any affordable cards. Now, for the whales, LaMelo Ball is going to be 6'7". LaMelo Ball is going to have a changed release. Now, what is the LaMelo Ball release going to look like? I don't know, but they need to change it. Now, there is a chance that he does not get a changed release. And if LaMelo Ball doesn't get a changed release, it's going to be pretty rough. I'm just telling you right now, it's going to be pretty rough if LaMelo Ball keeps that same release, just because it is kind of like a set shot type of release. That is going to be really tough to kind of, be optimistic about. Just, again, the card is 6'7". He's an Invincible, so he's going to come nearly perfect. But again, if we were all on current gen still, or old gen, depending on what you wanted to call it now, then yes, LaMelo Ball has a place, for you guys in my team. But it's like right now, he just doesn't. And so that's, the situation that we have right here is we're no longer on current gen. LaMelo Ball no longer has a good release. He has a beta release that's not good whatsoever. And it's hard to see him playing. Now, for Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq's an interesting card because the 100 overall Shaq was so good. So in my mind, it's how do you even really get much better than that? The 100 overall Shaq came with the Chris Bosh and very quick, basic leaner Garland dribble style. Now, how do you get better than him? You give him the Francis size up and you give him the Pro 2 leaner, right? That's really how you do make Shaq better because honestly, the 100 overall Shaq was just fine. The 100 overall Shaq was, just good. He is really, really, really good. And so those are the things that are on my mind of, okay, if you are trying to make a card better, these are the ways that you're going to have to go about doing it. Because again, it's not easy to make 100 overall Shaq better. 100 overall Shaq is still to this day one of the best power forwards in the game. Like he is. You can't even sit there and really argue against that. 100 overall Shaq is still absolutely elite on this game. And so it's one of those things for me. It's like, how do you sit up there and tell me like Shaq can't play? Like 100 overall Shaq is that good. He is that elite. And again, if you're not trying to gas Shaq, I truly don't know what to tell you. Like Invincible Shaq, like I mentioned, with the Pro 2 leaner, could be quite a bit better. But honestly, that's really the only way you can make him even better. I mean, if you're, the Pro 2 leaner is obviously going to help Shaq. But outside of that, like, again, how do you make him better? I don't even know. Like, you tell me, how do you make Shaq better? Because that's kind of what I'm having trouble thinking about right now in my team. Especially, again, I don't even think his release is that great. So I guess they could change his release, but I just don't think, you know, that I don't think that that's going to be something that is easy to do. Like changing his release. I mean, I guess it's easy to do, but I don't think that's something that 2K is going to ultimately is going to ultimately do. I don't think that they're going to change his release. Although I would say the Chris Bosh with the Franz upper is not necessarily my favorite release. So if they do give him a better release, which they could, that's going to make Shaq better. And so, I mean, there is room for Shaq to get better. It's just hard for me to really, you know, put it into words when, guess what? The 100 overall Shaq is literally already Zeus on this game. So, I don't know, man. It's just really hard for me to break down these, you know, leaks that come the night before, because at the end of the day, we don't see the Galaxy Opals. We don't even see the Dark Matters, the cards that could somewhat be affordable. What we see are cards that are going to be insanely expensive, insanely overpriced. I'll say it if nobody else wants to. These cards are overpriced. And cards that just honestly are not worth getting. Like they're not going to be worth getting. Now again, sure, you can make the case that Shaq's, you know, this and that, and that Shaq's, you know, the best card in the, you know, best power forward in the game. I get all that, right? And I'm not even going to disagree with you on that. I'm just coming in with the mindset of, well, guess what? Shaq was already good as 100 overall. And I just really don't think that we needed a Shaq card. And so I don't know. I'm just kind of, you know, one right now that I'm just like, I don't know. I don't even know where we go from here, because at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. You know, we're in endgame. Like, if we weren't already in endgame, we are now in endgame. And they need to change the LaMelo base. Like, if they don't change the LaMelo base, it is going to be super, super, super difficult. So that's just kind of what to know, what to look for with tomorrow's drop. I wish we had more Dark Matters to dive into. Wish we had more Galaxy Opals. But yeah, it's really just what we got right now, and it's all we've really got to say. So that's gonna wrap it up for my video today, I guess. I wish I could break it down a little bit more, but it's just really, really hard for me to do with this leak. Like I said, with the 100 overalls, I'm very disappointed, because at the end of the day, when we're able to grind for free 100 overalls, now we're going to be getting these troll cards instead of, you know, the 100 overall Shaq. 100 overalls that actually are good and actually that are worth, you know, grinding for. And so that's kind of why I don't like these 100 overalls, is they're trolls just to kind of be that filler type of content. I don't like it, but it is what it is. You know, it's the game we're playing, and again, I'm really not a fan of it, but at the end of the day, it's what we have. So that's gonna wrap it up for my video. Let me know your thoughts on this drop down below in the comments. I like the Brandon Miller card. Everything else is gonna be crazy price. I will say the price of overalls, the 100 overalls, should go down, but it's just crazy because none of those 100 overalls look good whatsoever. Let's get to wrap it up. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.